Welcome, Duncan. I'm so pleased to see you. I know last time you were kind enough to contribute to a panel, I didn't get to interview you, and I was very disappointed. So now I can. That's fantastic.
You may be disappointed after, too, but let's see. I'll give it a shot.
So thank you so much for coming. I think it's going to be a fantastic, interesting panel. I've interviewed the other panelists, very interesting. So I was wondering what your passion is in this area, what sort of interest you have been led into as regards to smart contracts and the blockchain.
Well, I've got a view about this, which I don't know if it's widely held. But first of all, here's the analogy. So Bill Gates put a computer on every desk. Steve Jobs, what's this? Computer in every pocket. I think Internet of Things is about putting a computer in every machine. A lot of people don't think of it in that way. I think it's a little connectivity or something small. No. We're going to put compute power in every machine. So fast forward to the blockchain and smart contracts. So first of all, smart contracts are kind of dumb. Like open door, closed door, do this, do that. They're not international banking transactions with multiple parties. They're not like that.
Yeah.
We're at Shepherd Moore and they should be happy. They're not going to replace lawyers.
Yeah.
But there's so many things that need to be done simply. I'll give you my analogy. One of our companies is a Uber for parking, Spot Hero. So you need to get a parking garage downtown San Francisco or New York, go on your little smartphone, and you can buy the spot. And they're selling, in effect, the marginal parking spot, like the extra hotel room or the extra airplane seat. So you get a discount, and they're filling up the garages. All right, now fast forward to 5 years from now, self-driving cars. Some people think they drive all the time. Nah, it's total waste. They're going to find a place to park. So how does a robotic self-driving car go to a parking garage and negotiate with a big burly dude? They're always big burly dudes. Who's going to be at the front gate. What do you mean you want in? So, world of the future. It talks to Spot Hero. It finds a spot that's the most efficient one to go to. Bam, does a smart contract. Very dumb one. I get a parking spot for 3 hours here. Drives in, the gate opens, drives to the spot, parks. And so that's what I think this is about. So the Internet of Things. So this is kind of like part of the transaction. But in the future, the car has it and the garage has it. And they negotiate in the background and they buy a contract, done.
And it's sort of safe and legal and transparent, so there can be no BS about it. Right?
Well, it's up in the blockchain, and therefore, although the individual parties will be anonymous, the fact it occurred. So if you go to that parking spot and somebody's there, then you go to transaction number 2, tow that car or whatever. But you have a right to it, and the right is now in a public ledger, as opposed to being something over here.
So no more legal battles and all of that sort of stuff.
Oh, no, there'll be legal battles. But what it's supposed to do is lower the transaction costs for so many things now that are sort of annoying. And it lets a machine talk to a machine and do stuff. So in the future, there'll be a lot more machine-machine contracts and transactions than we imagine.
But I guess that also helps us get out, like, our acts together for the things that are more important for us, right?
That's the vision. The vision is, well, the lawyers here will elevate to a higher level of lawyerizing rather than dealing with parking tickets, which they wouldn't do anyway. But that's the idea. Yes, we're going to let the machines do the routine, boring stuff, and we go into more elevated, like this, like having conferences and TV interviews.
We love this. I love this.
Exactly.
So tell me, I always ask investors if they've got an unusual, funny or weird story about being an investor. We have heard some very interesting stories. Do you have something great to tell us?
Well, I've been spending a lot of time the last few years trying to spread startup culture around the world. And I'm not trying to advertise it. It's not something for Bullpen, my fund, but it's just something I do. So I've been all over. I mean, I've been to some places that you couldn't imagine. What I've noticed are some spots are fabulous. You go to China, you go to certain places in China, it's full of this raw capitalism. You can see it there. But some places are not going to make it over. They're not going to get there. I'll give you an example. I won't say the specifics. I'm in Europe, I'm talking to startups, and they're trying to hire people. And what they tell me is the first question they get asked by the engineer trying to hire is not, oh, how cool is this company? Or what's my stock position, or how well you funded. First question, what's my pension? Yeah. So they don't get startup culture. Very sad.
It's very funny too, from our perspective.
It is.
Yeah, thank you so much, Duncan. I'm so looking forward to this panel. So you and Elise, the two investors, are going to be a bit outranked by all these programmers tonight, so it's going to be an interesting dynamic.
We're not worried at all. It's going to be great.
Thank you again.
Thank you. Thanks for inviting me.